Hey there, ZomFawn here, and welcome back to the world and my quest for new power. We're going to be doing some enchanting today, but in order to do that, we're going to need some things. Namely, sugarcane for paper, cows for leather, and obsidian for, well, obsidian. Luckily, we got this diamond pickaxe last episode when we were building out the mines, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. To start this off, I think it might be a good idea to maybe look for some cows and make a better mode for sugarcane gathering, as this is currently how I've been getting my sugarcane, and well, as you can see, it really doesn't make a lot. But I have been gathering it, so maybe we can do something. In fact, we can go ahead and do something. Well, while we're thinking about it, because I'm not quite sure where I want to put the cows yet. And we're gonna need some cows. I think that is a very good start to our sugarcane farm and solves one of our problems. You know, sugarcane. Though part of me wants to kinda... It's very basic, but you know what? It's a little bit of a rock path divider and not necessarily a wall. So who knows? Maybe I put it there. You know, maybe I stumbled up on this place and decided, you know what this place needs? Rocks. Rocks aside, we're off to our next order of business. And that business would be to collect some cows. And maybe it would be nice to build them a little bit of a pen before we bring them in. And I'm thinking for the cows, I'm not a huge fan of all the noise. In fact, I would like to move the llamas at some point. Do llamas drop leather? It's not really something I've messed with too much. Do llamas drop leather? Like, do they? Then I don't have to look for cows? Anyways, cows are acquired. Yes, and make the children. I'll be back later. Ah! Parrots and the bats. So now that we have a better way to make paper and a way to get leather, the only thing really left to make or find would be obsidian, which we're gonna need a diamond pickaxe for, and of course we made that last episode. I also forgot to mention that we need diamonds, but we've got diamonds. Just enough diamonds, in fact. And because I'm paranoid, I'm gonna leave the diamonds in there and maybe clean out my inventory slightly so I can actually tell what's in there and what's not. Anyways, let's gather ourselves a bucket of water, and I recall running into some lava while mining for diamonds last episode, so let's head down into the mines and see if we can't find the top of that lava pool. Where is the lava? I think I ran into it somewhere near the front. I hear water. Water isn't lava. Hey, diamonds! We will come back for you later. Ozers. Ozers, nosers. Aha! Just like I mayhaps may thought. Ooh, this is a spooky place to be. Okay, let's not hang out here too long. And I am so glad we made this storage last episode, because I'm already making so much use of it. Well, maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but I'm using it. Yeah. Okay, so now that we have our 2 diamonds, obsidian, and cows, we have all the puzzle pieces in order to make the enchantment table and bring it all the way up to full level 30 or even beyond if we wanted to, but honestly I think level 30 is the best you could really need anyway. I don't really think that adding extra bookshelves really matters. That being said, I have quite a bit of work to do, especially getting these guys to breed up, and then these little guys to grow up, and then, you know, growing sugarcane. And that's probably gonna take a little while, so I'd better get to work. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so I was muted, but now we have an enchanting table, and that's gonna stay right there while we do the rest of our things. Now, I've been busy clearing out this area right here to actually build where it is that we're gonna start enchanting, and seeing all this space, I kind of have the idea of maybe having a main enchanting section, maybe right here, and then a sort of library. I think that could be a cool thing, because I don't want to depend on villagers. I feel like I kind of get dependent on kind of using certain aspects of the game, and I kind of forget that, you know, other things exist. It may be a little bit more difficult to use books, you know, not as reliable, but I think if and when I do need to use books, I need a place to put them. And then I want a big library off to the side wing of the building for any potential— Hello? Hi. For any potential books that I enchant. Now, you probably saw out of the corner of your eye, I built a little bit of a bridge whilst I was collecting sugarcane and murdering cows. This is a little bit of a work in progress. Like, I do like the ruined sections of the two bridges, but the middle section, which is supposed to be like a makeshift rope bridge meant to kind of join back up the two sides, looks really wonky, and we can't be having that, quite frankly. We can't. So I'll fiddle around with that probably at some point. For now, it does its job. What I'm more concerned with is the enchantment place. So now all I really need to do is probably look back at my original plans and make a few new ones, because this is a much different space for a blueprint and much different idea than I originally had. So I'm gonna do that, and I will see you in a minute to actually, you know, build it. And for what took maybe a simple transition for you, took me about 3 days to gather all of the supplies. And honestly, I probably have too much of some and way not enough of others. But you know what? That's fine. I will grab things as I go along. Quite frankly, I wasn't really in that much of a talking mood, so I just, you know, took advantage of the situation and just did some things. For instance, we found a lush cave, which, no axolotls, but there were some diamonds. I left them to collect later. And then I grabbed a bunch of moss and uncovered a few more diamonds whilst doing that. Other than that, I did have my first encounter with a wandering, you know, patrol, and I figured out that my cows are escaping. Somehow the gate is just opening itself. I don't know exactly why, but it's either that and or the snow is allowing them to get just high enough to go over the fence. I'm still troubleshooting that. I'm still confused. But other than that, I have this nice template that I've laid out for us to build our library / enchanting area in. And that's where we're at. It's now nighttime. I'm gonna take a nap, and that nap is gonna get rid of the snow, which is gonna be nice because we're gonna get building. And quite frankly, I'm still not in that much of a talky mood, so Let's build. And after all that work, it's done! Look at it. Oh, I love it so much. Before we go inside, I kind of want to wander around the side here and kind of just... There's not really much to look at aside from... yeah, I've been practicing my, my dilapidation techniques. It does look a heck of a lot better than the usual, just the cracked bricks and the bricks and whatnot. I could definitely improve, but I'm quite proud of it. This section right here is pretty blank, but a lot of that has to do with me not quite knowing exactly what to do with this hill yet. So it's gonna stay pretty plain. But on this side, we have some bushiness, some bushy vines going up. And it really helps with this wall that was looking relatively very flat and blank. After all, it is really just a square with a would-be tower fallen off to the side. And then of course there's the old tower that has fallen over at some point, and the rubble from all the destruction that has itself worn down over the years to the point where it doesn't really look like rubble anymore, or at least it looks like rubble, it's just not extreme. Paranoia about the nighttime aside, we can go inside this half-rotten door into the main library itself. This is actually like I went over a couple different iterations of what exactly I wanted here, and even though it's not what I originally wanted to do, I'm really proud of it. You know, I'm learning to keep myself within my own skill level, and yeah, this is a lot more manageable. We have this nice floor that has rotted away in some places. You know, nature taking back over as seen by some of the vines as well, and the dirt all over the floor. And of course, underneath this little hanging section, the floor is still a little bit more intact, and you can get an idea of what this place actually used to look like before it crumbled. We have some storage of our lapis over here. You can actually access every single one of the storage containers. And then upstairs, we have a second story. Now, I use the chisel bookshelves because I want to refrain from using villagers as much as possible. Of course, I did get one librarian for mostly a paper trade, but as you saw, they also have a Bane of Arthropods and an efficiency, what was it, 4 or 5? No, efficiency 4. So, yeah. That could be a good thing to have, but I would like to focus on, especially once I get a more reliable way to get experience, focus more on this thing. Speaking of which, we have an efficiency for trade on level 30, so I went ahead and got myself some experience, and... okay, well, that's fine. I kind of wanted fortune. I was kind of hoping for fortune. But it's okay. It's fine. We can always try again later. I do have a bow now. So, That's nice. But yeah, this is what we got. I still have quite a bit of stuff to put up, but I was just, you know, really excited to show it off and share it. In fact, what if we just... there we go. Put on some shaders. There we go. Look at that. It looks so cool. I love the foggy effect that the more snowy areas tends to have in shaders. It's so cool and so much more immersive. And with that said, I think that's enough for today. This was a long project, a lot longer than I thought it would be, mainly just collecting the materials, and it took a lot of work. So if you enjoyed it, why not hit me with a little bit of a like, maybe subscribe. I'd love to have it. I'd love to have you, and I'd love to continue to share what we come up with here. Oh look, we got some friends. Again, hello, go away please. Yeah, you go down there. Anyways, I hope you have a lovely day, and bye.